Hello friends, welcome back. Today we will be continuing our discussion on cache direct mapping. Okay, first let me open the slide till which we have discussed so far. Alright, now today we will talk about how from CPU generated address we find the main memory block number. Okay, how to decide on how many bits in the CPU generated address would represent the main memory block number. Because we in the last video we saw the from main memory block number only we were mapping the main memory block numbers to the cache memory lines or blocks. Okay. So, what are the things which are already given to us? Let us write it down. So, our question is from main memory block the address, how to get the main memory block number? How to get main memory block number? Okay, this is the question. And what are the things which are given to us? Blocks in cache, that is 4 from 00, and we know that 4 distinct memory addresses can be represented using 2 bits. So we will use 2 bits 00 to 11. Okay, blocks in main memory. Okay, total blocks in main memory is equal to 8, and 8 can be represented using 3 bits 000 to 111. Okay, and block size is equal to 2 byte. One thing to note is the block size in cache and the block size in main memory are same. Okay, so one main memory, from this what we can conclude? We know that the main memory is byte addressable. Every byte has an address. So that means one main memory block will contain 2 bytes or 2 instructions. Okay. Now, in order to represent two, okay, let us go back to the previous page. In order to represent, that means in this main memory block, we will be having 2 bytes, right? We will be having 2 bytes each. This is byte 1, this is byte 2. This is one main memory block. And let us say it is the block 0. This is the first block. This is the second block, like this. Every block has 2 bytes in it. Okay. All right. Now, in order to represent 2 distinct bytes, suppose our CPU generates 4-bit addresses. Okay. Suppose our CPU generates addresses of 4 bits. And what is this 4 bits address which is CPU generating? These are the address of each byte of main memory. Okay, so let us draw the main memory. This is our main memory. And we have bytes here. So each byte is being addressed which the CPU is generating. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, so on. 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay. From the data in the previous slides, we know that our block size is 2 bytes, right? So how do we means these 2 bytes, when they combine, that become one main memory block. So how many bits do you require to uniquely represent 2 distinct bytes, byte 0 and byte 1 for each address? How many bits do you require for representing 2 distinct values? Only 1 bit, right? From 1 bit we can represent 2 distinct values. That means this last LSB bit, we can use it for representing which byte number inside this one main memory block. Okay, so LSB bits, and how many LSB bits equal to how many is required to represent each byte inside a block, right? That is size of each block. From there we can understand each main memory block will be having how many bytes inside it, and from how many distinct bytes we will understand from the CPU generated addresses how many bits I require from the end to represent those bytes individually, and the remaining bits will be your bits used for main memory block. So here 3 bits are used for understanding the main memory block number. Okay, yes. Further, this main memory block number also we saw in this video only. This main memory block also, this main memory block address is divided into 2 parts. That is tag and cache memory block number, right? And this part is your main memory block address, and the whole address is your CPU generated address. CPU generated address. Here you need to add your byte offset. Byte offset. So only using the CPU generated addresses, using that we can find out the main memory block address, and where this main memory block address is stored inside the cache. You can find that from main memory block address, some bits will represent cache memory block number, and the remaining bits will be representing inside that cache memory block number. Multiple main memory blocks can be kept. So which identity card of which block number is being kept over here. So hope you like this video. Please share it with your friends, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more cache memory mapping videos. Bye bye, take care.